Hey guys, welcome to Only on Rucha, and I'm Rucha, your host. How are you guys doing today? The painting I'm doing today, I started it a couple months ago and also finished quite a few months ago. But the reason why it took me so long to post it here is because I wasn't so sure about this one until about a week ago. The whole process and experience of painting this particular painting was quite daunting and way too difficult than what I had estimated before starting it. And till date, it remains one of the most difficult paintings I have done so far. I found the reference for this painting on Pinterest and instantly fell in love with it. We can call it love at first sight, okay? The girl in the painting is wearing this beautiful pearl necklace, and the expression on her face is so innocent and so adorable. I tried my best to capture it. The lighting, the pose, everything about it just makes it a perfect reference for an oil painting. This picture was actually an ad of this company that sells pearl stuff, so to honor them, I named this piece Pearl. Now, I always intend to try new for me, and different methods of oil painting like alla prima, which is wet on wet, or glazing, which I applied on this one. One more method I really like, I don't really know the name of this one, but Daria Kali on YouTube, she does it so well. Like you just go in start to finish, no layering. I also tried layering and wet on dry stuff. Now, because this painting was exceptionally difficult for me, I learned a couple things. 1. Wet on wet. The method I enjoy the most and is quite easy for me, and to be honest, the most manageable is wet on wet method, or just starting it at one point and finishing as I progress. The benefit of this method is that you don't have to keep going back and checking every little place in the painting if it's finished, if it's dark enough, light enough, and as you go on, you can just see the painting coming together. It's magical at best. Note that I've painted majority of my portraits in this way, and that's probably why I love wet on wet better than the others, and I have yet to try other methods like starting with the darks and finishing with the highlights. This one very much loved by many people. I will hopefully try soon. Another thing I learned about this painting would be to starting with the eyes. Starting with the eyes is the smoothest way to a non frustrating, peaceful, and enjoyable journey. I really do regret not starting this painting with the eyes, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it's so important and why it's the most beautiful thing in the world and why you should at least once try it. See, when you paint the eyes first, everything that comes following that point onwards falls in line. When you look at the eyes of a painting, everything else, no matter how random, makes sense. It helps you get through the awkward or the ugly stage every painting goes through. Eyes have quite the most realistic or, in a sense, believable 3D-ness to them. And in my opinion, it helps if the painting is looking back at you like it's alive and it's not just thoughtful arrangement of random colors. The next lesson would be tone the canvas, or at least get the background in as soon as possible, because if you're a beginner, especially if you're a beginner, the comparison between your white canvas and the colors you're putting on will mess with your head. Any color put on the canvas will look darker than it actually is when compared to white. You have to really be sure of your hues, which means the darkness or shade of your color. I have had numerous people asking me why in the beginning my painting looks dark and then they look just right when the whole canvas has been painted. It is for this reason I paint the background midway in the painting process. You'll see later near the end of this painting, I ended up changing the background entirely because no matter how much I tried, I just couldn't for the life of me get her to pop, to really catch the eye against the wall. The next and the most important thing I learned from this process is that 4. Trust the process. Now underline that sentence 5 times or 6 or 10. It is so important to trust the process and be patient. until the painting is near the finish line. It can look messy, it can look like it's all over the place and nothing makes sense. In those stages, you have to trust the process. Keep going and don't give up. I try to bring my paintings to a point where I can just zoom out, take it all in, and make sense of what needs to be done and where it needs to be done. For that, first I have to cover the whole canvas and not leave it at a point of no comeback like this, where you think you'll be stuck eternally. To tackle this, let's jump to the next point. 5. Sleep on it. Take a long break, do something else, don't look at the half-done painting if it messes you up. Go find inspiration and some energy to work on it, and most importantly, sleep on it. Come back the next day with fresh eyes. When I made the first draft of this video, I wasn't even ready to look at it. I thought it would be hell, so ugly. At this point, the painting was already finished and I was sick of working on it and looking at it constantly, so I put it away for 2-3 months actually. And one day I just looked at the video and I was like, wow, this is really good. Why was I hating on it before? I really love this video now and I do appreciate the efforts it took. Though it could have been easier than this, it was worthwhile. I enjoy looking at this painting and the video now with fresh eyes and a new perspective, and I hope you appreciate your work too. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you soon. Enjoy the rest of the video.
So I don't wanna sit in again with you, baby, tonight. I don't wanna love, I don't wanna fight. I don't wanna have to tell you all the things I know.